Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, I said I was going to travel up to Cascade Mall in Burlington, Washington, where it's reported a shooting happened. I did that. When I got to the mall, I found that the mall was completely shut down. The shooting supposedly happened in the Macy's. They had the entire mall shut down. Outside of the mall, what they had were security guards stationed. The same people who'd be patrolling the mall inside, mall security, not actual police. I didn't see a single police vehicle at the entire mall, but around the entire outside of the building, going all the way around, they must have had at least 10 of the mall security standing outside. And it was funny talking to the mall security. Everybody has a different personality. One woman was real friendly and said, "Oh, it'll be open in a few days." Another guy had this look on his face like we might be the terrorists. But anyway, the mall was closed, so the next order of business was to check out the closest Masonic Lodge, which happens to be Burlington United Lodge number 93. And of course, 93, one of these very special numbers to the Freemasons, a number coded into the shooting hoax itself. Supposedly, the shooter was captured in Oak Harbor, Washington, which equals 93. The number for Saturn, the keeper of time. The number for propaganda, which the Freemasons are responsible for a lot of. Let me show you everything that's so interesting about Burlington United Lodge number 93. The anniversary date of their establishment, August 21st, was exactly 33 days before the shooting. The number of Freemason fixation. The Freemasons at Burlington United Lodge number 93 no doubt are connected to this hoax that was perpetrated against the masses. Again, this nation is run by Freemasons, the police, the media, the government. This is a Masonic nation. So let's talk about everything that's so interesting about Lodge number 93 in regards to this shooting propaganda. Again, the shooter was captured in Oak Harbor, Washington by the numbers as I predicted. I said he would be captured on September 24th. That's exactly what happened, and not by coincidence. Oak Harbor, Washington, where he was captured, 93. We're talking about Lodge 93, the one that's in Burlington, where the shooting happened. This lodge turned 123 years old this year on August 21st. That's the number for conspiracy. If you haven't seen my videos on the Burlington shooting hoax, this is number 4. I'm going to link the other 3 in the description, and I'll make a playlist with these 4 videos because all 4 are necessary viewing, especially for people who need to wake up. I loved the address of the lodge, number 106 on Warner Street. We're going to talk more about the street it's on. 106 is the number of prophecy. The Freemasons have created this nation's history by the book of prophecy, Revelation. 106 Warner Street, not a coincidence where the address is of this building. As for Warner, as in warning, Warner Street equals 58, just like Freemasonry, just like secret society. What have I been saying all this time? Freemasons running the show, working from the book of prophecy. I have over 1,000 videos emphasizing the same point. Here's the lodge in Burlington responsible for the hoax. Warner Street equals 166. Secret Society equals 166. The Burlington Lodge is in neighboring city, Sedro-Woolley. We drove from the mall to the lodge. It's about a 5-minute drive. It's very close. Sedro-Woolley, town right next door. The Burlington Lodge is in Sedro-Woolley. Sedro-Woolley in gematria sums to 168, just like New York City, and we're going to talk about why this is interesting. I don't think this is any coincidence. There's a major tribute here to the World Trade Centers at this lodge, which we're getting to. And remember, the big numbers in New York are 39 and 93. It might be the reason that the Burlington Lodge is in Sedro-Woolley. So the plaque right on the front of the building, United Lodge number 93, the centennial for the 100 year of its existence, dedicated to Ira J. Stiles. Directly across the street from this lodge is the Stiles Law Firm, and we'll talk about what's interesting about the name Stiles in regards to a lawyer. Also on the plaque, John D. McNabb, members of this lodge, laid August 21st, 1993 by Kenneth S. Robinson, Grand Master. Here's your homework. Read Revelation 21:8. Revelation 21:8. Revelation's the book of prophecy, August 21st, 21/8. Read that verse. It's what the Freemasons have done to the people of this world. They've turned them into verse 21:8. This laid by Kenneth S. Robinson, the Grand Master, the 33rd degree Mason. Look at the date it was laid. A date with the following numerology: 141, 51, 33, 122. 51's perfect because Freemason has the connection to 51 with the S exception. Conspiracy equals 51. Burlington equals 51. Mass shooting 51. Just had a mass shooting in Burlington 33 days after the anniversary of the establishment of this lodge. It was also a date with 33 numerology, laid by the 33rd degree Grand Master. Also a date with 122 numerology, perfect because Seattle and Burlington on the 122nd meridian, just like the name of the man who established the lodge, Ira J. Stiles. Ira J. Stiles, 122. 122 is the number for Elohim, the word for God in the Jewish faith. Notice that Burlington's also on the 48th parallel. Seattle is down on the 47th, Burlington a little north on the 48th. This shooting in Burlington happened on a date with 48 numerology. Propaganda equals 48. Hoax equals 48. Illuminati 48. Evil 48. From the anniversary of the establishment to the shooting September 23rd, 33 days. And just in case you haven't seen my videos that I put out on this, the date of the shooting, September 23rd, is New Year's Day on the French Republican calendar. R.H. Macy, who the Macy stores are named after, died in Paris, France on March 29th, 329923. The name John D. McNabb has gematria of 84. The other name on the plaque, like United States of America, like lawyer, like Stiles, right across the street is the Stiles Law Firm. Again, the reason there's no justice in this nation is because this nation was set up by Freemasons and Jewish bankers who are criminal entities. This nation was set up by criminals. That's why our legal system is a bunch of bullshit. That's why it's money driven. That's why it's run by criminals. That's why criminals are protected by it. It's why I was robbed by a piece of shit put on by my police department, and right away they used the courts to back him up and get me in trouble. You know, only in this nation can you get robbed by your neighbor and then have your neighbor use the courts against you to get you in further trouble. It's because it's a nation run by criminals, protected by criminals. It's why we, the awake people, need to tear this system down. We need to destroy the federal government. We need to destroy every police department there is. And then we need to band together, become communities again, and protect ourselves from the people who are threats. The police aren't here to protect us. The police are here to protect the criminals. The police are the criminals. The courts are the criminals. As I've said 100 times, go in your nearest court building and do the gematria of the names of the judges on the walls. Almost all of them are going to sum to 47 and 74. You'll find some 33s too. These are the numbers of the Freemasons. Judge 47, jury 74. Almost every judge's name in this nation sums to 47 or 74. The name Kenneth S. Robinson, the Grand Master, who put the plaque there, 76, just like the word master. Been getting a lot of propaganda with dates with 7-6 and 7-6 connections lately. You know, Freemasons believe in order out of chaos, divide and conquer. Here's another plaque on the building: D.G. McIntyre, S.S. McIntyre, M.C. Warren Gilbert Jr. D.G. McIntyre has the gematria of Warner Street, which the lodge is on. Number connected to death. He's remembered for his death. He might have been a ritual sacrifice. You know, for all of you who are in Freemasonry, realize that the pledge form that you signed up with, you signed your life away. Pretty much every line you signed on said the Freemasons aren't responsible if you die this way, die that way, die that way. It's because these people are sick psychopaths. I know a lot of people in Freemasonry, they're just trying to be a part of a community and they don't realize what they've signed up for, but you've joined a satanic sick order. Freemasonry. It is evil. The name S.S. McIntyre, also up on there, has the same gematria as Masonic Temple. This location is a Masonic Temple. Masonic Temple also shares that gematria with Satan. Remember, the Freemasons, they're the same as the synagogue of Satan, the false Jews. It's all in bed together. Masonic, the synagogue of Satan. That other name on there, M.W. Warren Gilbert Jr., gematria of 216, 6 times 6 times 6. Another one of the special numbers to this gang. Numbers we talk about often. Out of all the plaques on this building, though, this is my favorite right here. The one that established May 18th, 1968. And as soon as I saw this, I said, I bet you anything, somebody in this building, part of this lodge, is connected to the construction firm in Seattle, Magnuson Klemenkic Associates, which built the World Trade Centers with construction beginning in 68. Let me tell you more about this plaque, the World Trade Centers, the Seattle connection to 9/11. This is just north of Seattle. You know what I realized, True Seeker, in this presentation? I forgot to decode one name on here, so I'm going to have to decode that. We'll do that together live, see what comes out of that. But let's talk about this date, May 18th, 1968. In 1968, 911 was made the national emergency dialing code. World Trade Center construction began in New York. A firm from Seattle building the World Trade Centers, Magnuson Klemenkic Associates. George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones, the Masonic Order. George W. Bush equals 58, just like Freemasonry. Bonesman, the alumni of Skull and Bones, Bonesman equals 33. George W. Bush, born July 6th, 7/6, 1946, a date with 33 numerology. His birthday to September 11th is a span of 68 days, like the master plan year, 68. The film Space Odyssey 2001 came out that year. Space Odyssey has the same gematria as 33 as false flag. 33 years from 68 to 2001. So here's what I noticed about this date, May 18th. A lot of interesting things here. It's the 138th day of the year. When you add 138 to its reflection, it sums to 969. The speed of Saturn, its orbit around the sun, is 9.69 kilometers a second. 969, a number connected to Saturn. This Masonic Lodge, this temple, it's number 93, the number for Saturn. In leap years, it's the 139th day of the year. Freemasonry equals 139 the big way. It's also the day that leaves 227 days left in the year. Again, I talked about how this shooting at the Macy's is a major tribute to the upcoming Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving, which will be the 227th Thanksgiving since George Washington first came up with the name Thanksgiving. 1789, 227 years later. The shooting also came 227 days after Governor Jay Inslee's birthday in Washington, a Freemason. Same numbers again and again for this gang. That's why in my channel I talk about the same numbers in almost every single video, because these people are so repetitive, giving tributes to the same things again and again. Here's what else is up with May 18th. That date can be written 18/5. World Trade Center equals 185. The movie Monsters, Inc., which came out right after September 11th, which had all sorts of 9/11 tributes in it. You know, all the monsters coming out while the hands on the clock are on 9 and 11. We scare because we care is the motto in that movie. It's about how a gang of monsters need to steal negative energy from the people by scaring them. We scare because we care equals 185. Now look here, this date of this plaque, May 18th, 1968, a date with 110 numerology. The World Trade Centers were 110 stories tall. If you write 911 as words, in gematria that sums to 110. The name Osama bin Laden equals 110. The name Rockefeller equals 110. It was David Rockefeller who proposed the World Trade Centers. It was Nelson Rockefeller, the 49th governor, who approved them. 49, the number of Revelation, the book of prophecy. Washington equals 49. Twin Towers equals 49. Perhaps all part of the reason that Washington State, the firm here, the construction firm, was used to build the World Trade Centers. It was also a date with a life lesson number of 47. Seattle's on the 47th parallel. Building 7 that fell on 9/11 was 47 floors tall. Each floor 47,000 square feet. It was named after Haim Solomon. Haim equals 47. He was born April 7th. Solomon Brothers Building has gematria of 110 and 119. 110, 119. Another way to express the date, 11/9, September 11th. There's also a date with 38 numerology, master plan equals 38, Masonic 38, Jewish 38, death 38. Date with 91 numerology, when you sum 1 through 13, it totals 91. Also, with regards to 68, the year of this plaque, the big year, the shooting at Macy's, the hoax, was a date with 68 numerology. The name R.H. Macy, who the Macy's stores are named after, 68. Also a date with 48 numerology, Skagit County 48 on the 48th parallel. This temple, it shares itself with the female branch of Freemasonry, the Eastern Star, the pentagram on its side. This is what their building looks like on the outside. The only window is above the, overhang at the front entrance. The rest of the building, no windows. Typical for Masonic temples, secret society you can't see in. They got this horse out here with this plaque from this company established in 1914. 19 plus 14 is 33, no doubt. Founded by one of these, Freemasons who likely went to this temple, which is why it's there, I'm sure. 1992 in numerology, 19 plus 92 is 111. New York equals 111. This temple has a lot of parallels to New York, from Cedro Woolley to the plaques. Here's the law firm right across the street. Stiles Law, Attorney at Law. Stiles 84, Lawyer 84, John D. McNabb 84, United States of America 84. Nation of lawyers, founded by criminal tyrants. Right when you come into town, like so many small towns, a sign like this, Freemason plaques up. The Freemason lodges, they're all over this nation. And I suspect that there's a lot of Freemason lodges with plaques in 68 because September 11th, 2001 really was their master plan, Huge event, planned long in advance. Big tribute to 33. Remember, the word teacher equals 33. In numerology, 33 is the master teacher number. And with all this propaganda, they steer us, they guide us, they teach us to follow. Nation of followers. Here's what the mall looked like. Cascade Mall, where it happened. I'm standing on the side of I-5 taking the picture. They brought up the theater right away. Remember the theater. Of course, they want to remind us of the shooting hoax in Aurora and the ones that have happened in Antioch, Tennessee, and also, I forget what town it was, somewhere in Louisiana. But all three of those theater shootings, the number 58 coded within for Freemasonry. Aurora also sums to 74, just like Cascade Mall, the number for Masonic. You can't make this out very well, but there's a big fat security guard standing in front of that doorway. They were stationed at all the entrances around the entire mall. But yes, the mall completely vacated, completely closed. And why did they close the mall? Just to remind people that a shooting happened there. And I suspect if you go in the mall, there's no damage anywhere, because I'm almost 1,000% sure that there was no shooting. Just a propaganda false flag drill to scare people. Closing the mall, it makes people think that there really must be something going on there. But I'm thinking, hey, if something happened at this mall, there should be some police here. There should be some people still doing some investigating. There should be some contractors repairing the bullet holes. Everything that was damaged. Nothing going on there. Because there's nothing going on there, period. They're just trying to create the illusion that something happened there. And here, Truth Seeker, I also just got to remind you, with these numbers, there really is an organic element. My buddy and I, who were driving back, my friend drove, I was the passenger. As we were driving back and talking, all of a sudden I looked in front of us and I laughed and I said, look at the number on that bus right in front of us. We're driving back behind bus 227. That special number, 227. The World Trade Centers, buildings 1 and 2, from the time that the second tower fell to the time building 7 fell was exactly 7 hours and 22 minutes. Remember, when you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi, cycles and circles, propaganda by the numbers. Here's the construction firm from Seattle that built the World Trade Centers, Magnuson Klemenk Associates. Their name in gematria sums to 111 and 156. Again, New York equals 111. September 11th, the day that leaves 111 days left in the year. With regards to the 156 gematria, if you write out the word 33, it sums to 156. False flag equals 156. The number 911, 911, is the 156th prime number. Magnus and Klemenkic Associates built the towers that fell down 33 years later on 9/11. Seattle on the 47th parallel. The Freemasons have Euclid's 47th problem, which is about how to establish a foundation for a building. Foundation equals 47, framework 47, authority 47. Again, building 7, all tributes to 47. Haim Solomon, born on April 7th. It's not hard to see what's going on. The Space Needle in Seattle does a full rotation every 47 minutes. Every 47 minutes. Magnus and Klemenkic Associates, the big way sums to 309, a lot like 39, the number for New York, the reflection in 93. Founded in the year 1923, 19 plus 23 is 42. Washington's the 42nd state, Macy 42. The shooter arrested on a date with 42 numerology, 61 days before the Macy's Day Parade. Macy's, the plural, equals 61. NYC equals 42, Freemason 42, Big G 42, the symbol of the Masons. So there it is, Truth Seeker, you know. I wasn't able to document anything at the mall other than it was closed and vacated, but the lodge just right down the street, it sure paid dividends. And if anyone goes to this lodge, I'd love to hear from you. You know, you can find my email on my Google page. If you're a member of this lodge, what I recommend you do is resign because you're part of something sick. Until next time, Truth Seeker. Encore. Forgot to tell you about this plaque. We forgot to decode the name Audley F. Mahaffey. Look at this name, Truth Seeker. Audley F. Mahaffey sums to 67 and 139. These are the numbers of Freemasonry. Freemasonry, the small way, is 58. With the S exception, Freemasonry is also 67. Remember, S is the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 becomes 10. 1 plus 0 becomes 1. It's the only letter you have to compress twice to get to a single digit, so S can be worth 1 or 10. In the calculator that we're using here, S is only worth 1, so that's why it shows 58. If you make S worth 10, Freemasonry 67. Freemasonry, the big way, is 139. Let's not forget that this shooting hoax came 139 days before the governor's upcoming birthday, Jay Inslee, and it also comes 139 years after the death of R.H. Macy, who died in 1877. So another name on the plaque, another name connected to Freemasonry. This is how the Freemasons have been doing it since the beginning of this nation. This is why my work is undeniable. The Freemasons have given themselves away for all their wrongdoing by doing this coding arrogantly, thinking that nobody in the history of the nation would figure this out. You know? The most amazing thing about this research to me is nobody ever presented this in the history of the world before I came along. So I'm glad more people are picking up and spreading the knowledge. A lot more need to. Everybody needs to know what's going on. We, the people, need to wake up. And once we're awake, you know what needs to go first? These Masonic lodges. They need to be no more secrets, no more Freemasons hiding in their windowless buildings, selling out the masses, plotting the next 9/11, plotting out the next Cascade Mall shooting to scare people, to divide them, to, you know, bring out the order through chaos. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Until next time. And one last thought. Washington State, named after George Washington, the first recognized president, the 33rd degree Master Mason, who passed at age 67. Blood sacrifice also has that gematria of 67, something these sick Masons are into.